Welcome to our channel. Before we dive into yet another fascinating mythy, would like to invite you to watch, to like, and subscribe to the channel. Also activate the notification bell. This helps us continue to bring you in-depth studies and impactful revelations. Watchers the were sent to watch sent by God to observe humanity. The were not meant to interfere, but temptation took hold and the watchers fell. It started with desire, longing for the beauty of human women, something they were never meant to have, and so they gave in. They took wives for themselves, and they created something unnatural. Their children were giants, Nephilim, foul human, half-angel, monstrous beings with incredible strength, but they were not holy. They were violence, a vetistry of men. Watchers had doomed the world, but they did not stop there. They gave humanity forbidden knowledge, secrets never meant to be known, magic source of war, mysteries of the stars, power that led to chaos, earth drowned in corruption. God watched, and he had seen enough. A great flood, purge of all evil. Nephilim were wiped from the earth, and the watchers bound in the depths of the earth, locked away until the final judgment, a punishment that has no end. But before their fall, for their judgment, there was one who led Thamon, who made the first move. Samyaza was their leader, their chieftain, one who swore an oath of rebellion, oath of treachery, gathered them on Mount Hermon. 1200 watchers are willing to defy heaven, all ready to take what they read. They swore to each other, bound themselves to sin, and the world would never be the same again. Samyaza's hunger was endless. Fathered Nephilim, binds of great destruction, taught humanity the dark art secrets that twisted the world into madness, but his reign would not last. Flood Kamedi, Nephilim were destroyed, and he faced a fate worse than death. Some say he was bound with chains, buried deep in the earth, awaiting the final day of reckoning. Others say he was slankered down by the four great angels of judgment. Monstrous story was one of ambition, of lust, ruin, and his name will never be forgotten. But Samyaza was not alone among the fallen. Was Antitherakilia, was a teacher, master of earth's mysterishi, gave humans knowledge of the land, Tao, to read signs in the dirt, Geomencia, power to predict the future. 8OC. The unseen. This was not meant for Manat, was not God's will, but Arakiel did not careened, so Hifeli's name is barely remembered, a shadow in ancient texts, but his actions changed everything. Becca's knowledge of in forbidden knowledge is never forgotten, and he was only one of Monuth. Watchers were more than just rebels, they were corruptest. The world paid the price, but their punishment was sealed. They would never rise again. Their judgment is a turning land. Their story is a warning to those who hunger for Weto, those who seek the forbidden, to those who believe they can defy the Devaneth. Watchers thought they could take what they wanted, and they were wrong, because no one, no matter how powerful, can escape the wrath of God. Watchers did not just fall, they dragged humanity down with them. Their knowledge spread like wildfire. Men learned secrets not meant for them. They crafted weapons, forged blades of war, built cities of wickedness. Nephilim ruled with Trojans, who saw men as nothing more than prey. They crushed kingdoms beneath their feet, and the world became a place of nightmares. But not all humans bowed to them. Some cried out to God, begging for salvation, and God listened, saw the corruption, the chaos, suffering, and he made a decision. It would all be washed away. Great flood, cleansing of the earth, a reset of everything the watchers had tainted. Nor was chosen a righteous man, a man untouched by the watchers' corruption. He would survive, would carry on the true human race, but the watchers, they would face their reckoning, bound in darkness, chained beneath the earth, prisoned until the final judgment. Their cries unheard, their suffering eternal, but their legacy, it never truly died. Their teachings lived on, their knowledge remained hidden, but not last. Ancient texts speak of this forbidden wisdom of the philempist, down in secretest by those who still seek power even today. Whispers of the watchers remain, their influence lingers in myths and legends and the hidden corners of the world, but they are still imprisoned, still waiting. And when the final day comes, they will rise once more, not as rulers, not as gods, but to face their final judgment. Bez, no rebellion goes unpunished, no betrayal is forgotten, nude. No angel, no matter how mighty, can escape the hand of God. Watchers thought they could talk a thought, they could break divine law, thought they could rewrite the order of creation. They We're wrong. Thea's story is a warning, a lesson carved into history, but what if it wasn't over? What if their influence never truly faded? Ancient civilizations whisper of strange Bayanski, gods fallen on us entities who brought knowledge from above, called them godsome, called them demons, but we know the truthy were watchers and their fingerprints are everywhere. Look at the ruins of the old world structures too advanced for their time, temples aligned with the stars, monuments that defy knowledge they left behind did not die, it was hid and preserved ads down through secret tradition sortifundi scienceal, traced back to the the Nephilim. Were they truly wiped out, or did some survive? Legends speak of mighty beings who walked the earth long after the flood in Kir. Joshua and his men faced them, sons of Anak, fierce warriors of great size, descendants of the fallen ones even in modern times. Stories persist, bones too large for human frame, skeletons buried deep beneath the earth, evidence of a forgotten race. What if they never truly disappeared? What if some remain hidden? The Watchers are gonna cane sealed away, but their legacy still walks among you. Stare. Influence still whispers in the shadow sand. Their judgment, it has not yet come. One day they will stand before the throne on day. Their sentence will be final. Until then, remember, watchbeckers, the Watchers are still watching. Watchers swore an oath of rebellion, oath of sin, and with it they cursed themselves. 200 angels felled by Samyosiak, with a role to play in the corruption of mankind. Dazal taught men the art of war, how to forge swords and shield, show to shed blood without Merkishamyaza, led them into Las Watinto, Disorento, the sin that bound them, to earth forever. Akil revealed the secrets of the land. Hidden knowledge of the earth's pattern. Skokabil taught the secrets of the heavens never meant for human. Minshamsil gave men the power to call upon spirits to bend unseen forces to their will, and so the world darkened. What was meant for good became twisted knowledge that could have been wholly turned into tools of distraction. Nephilim grew in power, not just in strength, but in wisdom. They ruled as false gods. They commanded nations. They demanded worship and humanity. They followed, blind by the illusion of power, astray by the children of fallen angels. Zed had seen Enoth flood was Kaminga. Judgment that could not be undernebued before the waters rose for the destruction. Felth Watchers Begedthi sent Enoch, the righteous man, as their messenger. They pleaded for mercy, for forgiven for another chance, but the answer was finalno messino, forgiven no redemption. Their sins were too great, their betrayal to deep flood Kamithi. Nephilim perished, and the Watchers, they were bound, cast into the abyss, elect away until the final debut. Judgment is not the end of their story. Beckers, their knowledge remained, and their influence never truly did. Even now, the echoes of their rebellion still whispering the ancient ruins and forbidden text. Soon, the hidden corners of the world, some seek their secrets, some still call upon their names, some wish to open what God has sealed, but the Watchers are not are not gods. They are prisoners, and their time is running out. Beckus, when the final day comes, they will face the full wrath of the Almighty, and this time there will be no escapeth. Watchers thought they could change fate, thought they could carve their own path, fat they could escape the will of God. They were rotten. There names are written in the book of judgment. Their sins recorded for eternity, bound in darkness, chained in the depth. Longer rulers no longer angles, just prisoners. But what if the chains were broken? What if the Watchers could rise again? Prophecies speak of a final wearer day when the heavens will quain. The bound ones will be uncaned. Abyss will open, fallen will return, and the world will tremble. Some believe the Watchers are still working from the shadows. Throw whispers, throw secret knowledge. Ethia, forbidden wisdom still linger hidden in lost texts, buried in ancient symbol. Sorcery Pshonek of destruction. Did they really fall, or did they simply shift their influence? Some say they communicate through dreams, through visions, through those who seek their power, but power always comes with a price. Those who call upon the fallen heir never free. They become servants, pawns in a game far beyond human understanding. Base, the Watchers are still bound, still waiting, still watching, and one day they will stand before the throne of judgment. There fate will be sealed, their punishment will be final, but until 10th world remains there battleground, and mankind is still caught in the middle. Beckos, The Watchers did not just fall from grace, pulled humanity down with the Mond. Their story is not over yet. Watchers are gone locked away, forgotten by time, but their presence lingers not in form but in influence. Left their mark on historian civilization, humanity itself. Were the first to rebuild but not the last. Their whispers still echoing dark corners and hidden Texan, those who seek forbidden power. The Nephilim were distributed. Their bloodline may not have fully vanished after the flood. Giants were still found, sons of Anakath refamed, mighty warriors feared by some. Say their spirits still walk the earth, trapped between worlds, seeking vessels looking for a way back to Monochrist. List Vansistos Watchers failed to claim the earth. Their influence remained passed down in secrets in occult teaching. Sin knowledge never meant for mortals. Some believe they left behind monuments, ruins to advance for their time structures, aligned with the starsicos of forbidden wisdom, where these built by men or by those who once walked among them. Even now, strange things remain unexplained. List cities, megalithic temples, artifacts with no known origin. Watchers knew things humanity was never meant to know, and some believeth that knowledge is still out there waiting to be uncovered, but knowledge is never free, and those who seek the wisdom of the fallen risk sharing their fate. Beckers, the Watchers were not God's net saviors, not heroes. They were prisoner straightens. Their judgment is coming. The world has forgotten them, but heaven has noted one day. Final judgment will fall, this time there will be no more second chances. Watchers defied heaven. They thought they could reshape creation, that they could take what was not their sand. For a time they did. They ruled through throw power through forbidden knowledge. They gave men weapon secrets of war, art of death. They taught sorcery, how to bend reality, to summon forces beyond human control. They corrupted what was pure. They twisted the natural order, and they nearly destroyed the world, but destruction has a cost, a price they could not escape. Their children, the Nephilim, fell first round in the flood, erased from the earth, and the Watchers, they begged for mercy, pleaded for forgiveness. Enoch to speak for them, but heaven was silent. Their fate had already been decided. Chancellorly squinenent in an ononoin, in an ononoin, ononoin, in an ononoin, ononoin, in an onoin, in an ononoin, ononoin, in an onon, beneath the earth, buried in the abyss, waiting for the final day. Their knowledge did not die. Their influence was not irascidate, lived on in secret societies and forbidden texts, stay in the hands of those who still seek power. Even now, some call upon them, some believe they can be freed, that their wisdom can be reclaimed, but those who open the doors to the Philenova walk away unscathed. Beckers, the Watchers are not saviors, not teachers, not gods. They are prisoners, and their sentence is eternal own day. Their chains will be lifted not for redemption but for judgment. They will stand before the throne, and there will be no more rebelliono, more corruptiono, more watchersonly justice. Their story is a warning, a lesson written in time. Power can be taken, but never without a prize, and those who defy heaven, our ways. False Watchers were once mighty, radiant Loscrius to Servado watch to guide Bert. They chose another path of Desirief, rebellion of ruin. They took what was not theirs. They gave what was not meant to be given, and they suffered the price. Their names were erased from heaven, their glory stripped away, their punishment eternal. But what if they were not finished? Some believe their influence still lingers, that their knowledge never truly vanished. Dead whispers in the dark secret, Ordison Harley, rituals. Old knowledge is not lost, it is hidden past, down waiting for the right hands to take hold of it again. Some say the world is still shaped by them, be their teachings, be those who serve their Wilfit. The battle is not overthought. The Watchers still have a role to play. Final battle has not yet come. Last war is still on the horizon, and when the abyss opens one, the chains are loosed. What will rise? What will return? What will humanity face? The fallen thought they could be gods, but they were only prisoners, and on the last day they will not rule. They will not be worshipped. They will kneel. They will fall, and they will face the judgment of the Almighty. Watchers defied heaven, and in the Antivan will have the final word. Watchers chose their fatity, were not tricked net, deceived net, for said they made a choice here. Choice to rebel, choice to betray, choice to fall, and when they fell, they dragged humanity down with them. They introduced War violence, she poisoned the earth, he tainted the blood linethi. Nearly ended the world, but God had a plan, a flood to cleanse the corruption. Reset for humanity, a chance to start again. Nephilim were wiped out, watchers were locked away, but their influence, that never truly faded, their teachings were whispered in secret, passed down to those who still sought power, hidden in symbols buried in ancient texts, cowing in dark rituals. Some still call upon them, still seek their wisdom, still crave their power, but those who reach for the full ways fall themselves base. The watchers are cursed, their fate is sealed, their sentence unbreakable, they are not coming back. As rulers they are not returning, as gods they are waiting not for judgment. Abyss holds them, chains bind the mond on the final day, they will answer for everything. The watchers thought they could escape divine law, that they could take what they wanted, thought they could rule for the boot. They were wrong, because no power is greater than the one who made the mond. No rebellion, no matter how great, will ever stand against God. Their story is not one of victory, it is a story of warning, a lesson written in Maya. Lesson that still matters even now, even today. Back. The same temptation remains, same desire for power, the same hunger for knowledge, not meant to be tokonthe. Watchers feel, and those who follow in their footsteps will fall to what is only a matter of time. If watchers were mighty on Sethi, stood in the presence of God, they beheld the glory of heaven, and yet they turned away, not because they were deceived, not because they were weak, but because they desired more. Ethi wanted to be gods themselves, to shape the world in their image, to take what was never meant for the mond. So they fell, but they did not fall alone, their children. The Nephilim became monsters with endless hunger, destroyers of mentorants over the earth. Watchers pitied them, tried to protect them, tried to keep their bloodline alive, but nothing could stop what was coming. Flood washed it all away, very last trace of their corruption, a very last remnant of their impurity. Watchers were powerless, their strength meant nothing, their wisdom could not save them. They begged for mercy, pleaded through cried out for forgiveness, but there was none, because some sins cannot be undone, some betrayals cannot be erased. Their punishment was sectioned in darkness, buried beneath the earth, bound until the final day. And now they waithi are not dead, they are not gonethi, are imprisoned, but prison is not the end. On day the abyss will open, chains will break, watchers will rise once more, but not as conquerors, not as rulers, not as gods. They will rise for judgment, they will stand before the throne, and they will pay the final precheno. Rebellion goes unanswered, no crime is forgotten, and the watchers, mighty fallen, will learn what it means to defy the Most High. Tire story is a warning to those who hunger for parato, those who seek the forbidden, to those who think they can escape judgment. Watchers feel, and so will all who follow in their path. Bacchus, no one, not even the angels, can stand against the will of God.